the challenger. He's fighting out of the red corner, wearing the red and black trunks and weighed in at 10 stone, 6 pounds, 12 ounces. With a 19-fight record, 16 wins, 6 inside the scheduled distance, 2 draws, 2 losses and 1 draw. He's the former captain of the Namibian Commonwealth team. He is the official challenger for the Commonwealth title. Ladies and gentlemen, originally from beautiful Namibia, now living in Glossop and training out of Shannonsgym, fighting fit, it is the silent assassin, Ali Nuumbembe. And now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome home the champion. He's fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white and green trunks, weighing in 10 stone, 6 pounds, 14 ounces. Undefeated, 18 contests, 18 wins, 11 inside the scheduled distance. He is the British and Commonwealth welterweight champion. He makes his 3rd defense of the Commonwealth title. Ladies and gentlemen, from Meffel, Scotland, Kevin Anderson. So, sports fans and Sky Sports fans, let's get the action underway. 12 rounds of boxing for the Commonwealth Welterweight Championship.
Gentlemen, you've had your instructions in the dressing room. You know what I expect of both of you. Touch gloves. Good luck.
Second defence of the Commonwealth 10 stone 7 crown that Kevin Anderson took from the Ghanaian southpaw Joshua Okine. It was an entertaining fight, that, about a year and a half ago. Now for the sharp, rangy, orthodox Namibian, Ali Nuumbembe. And Glenn, it's a fight we've been waiting for, this.
It is a fight we've been waiting for, and I think Nuumbembe has been waiting for it longer. He relishes this opportunity, thinks he's got something to prove, and I'm sure he's seen some weaknesses in Anderson, and he wants to capitalize on that.
Anderson in that war with young Muttley last summer when he was down and hurt in the 2nd round. A couple of big left hooks, fought his way back and won in the 10th. Terrific scrap. Nuumbembe, meanwhile, his stock has just lowered slightly because of a defeat to the classy southpaw Jose Olusegun. But that was at late notice, and he had problems with the weight. So clean slate here. Who's the better man?
Well, Nuumbembe, he's in the ring an awful lot. Anderson, he's got the center of the ring. He's very strong. Needs to just move his head a little bit more as he comes forward. But he's the puncher of the two in here.
Yeah, 11 knockouts in 18 wins. He's unbeaten, Kevin Anderson. He's tough physically. And a great deal of pride to be back home. He says you'll see 150% in this performance because of the 2,000 crammed in to the Fife Ice rink here.
I'm sure that knockdown he suffered against young Muttley will have inspired him a little bit. Just put his feet back on the floor. And, you know, that might not be a bad thing.
Trying already to close down Nuumbembe, who will be looking for a fast start. Get into a rhythm, a style based on work rate. Needs to disrupt Anderson, and early.
And he's not going to do that with powerful punches, Nuumbembe. He's going to do it with a combination of punches. That's what he's got to look to do. Punches in bunches.
Yeah, confuse and frustrate Anderson, who has been criticised for being predictable. That may be a weakness in his armoury. Slight mark on the nose, the bridge of the nose of Anderson.
How your combinations is right up to your combinations game.
There's Rob Crockett, who is the new trainer in the professional ranks of Kevin Anderson. Looked after him in the amateurs, went back to Rab because he believed his defence needed tightening.
Well, that became apparent against Motley. He does get caught with punches, he's very upright, doesn't move the head or shoulders a great deal, and I think that's a problem.
Here's the second round, the white and green, as always, of Kevin Anderson, a 3-1 on favourite to retain his Commonwealth welterweight title here in Kirkcaldy. Ali Nuumbembe in the black and red calls himself the silent assassin. He's won 16 of 19, and he's made a good career over here in Britain. Got some nice, sharp, classy moves, hasn't he?
Yes, he has, slashing punches, and he's getting that right hook in quite well, just through the guard of Anderson. Moving around, he's nice and loose. Nuumbembe is a quality performer, but Anderson very much the favourite here. He's at home, he'll want to make a very good impression.
Yeah, last time Anderson was on his home patch, he dealt with his Scottish rival Craig Dixon fairly emphatically in 7 rounds. Good performance, and looking to get his right hand going. And he'll know mentally that this is the stage that young Mutley caught him, and he'll need to be tight.
Yes, I think, you know, when you're a pro, you know you've got to stay tight right through the fight. You haven't got to relax at any point. Concentration is very, very important.
He admits that many of those rounds he fought through a haze, but he showed a real fighting quality to get through that and take the title down in Birmingham, the Lonsdale belt.
Yes, in that fight he showed a champion's quality, but he'll need that here. This is not an easy contest.
Body shot going in there, seemed to have an effect on Nuumbembe. He just grits his teeth into the gum shield. 1 or 2 Namibian flags around ringside. A few fans have come up from Glossop, where he lives in a caravan behind the Beehive pub.
Nuumbembe just getting a little flustered when he's caught with those shots.
He's really putting meat into some of these hooks now, Kevin Anderson.
Yes, he does look a strong, focused young man, doesn't he?
5 years younger than Nuumbembe. Good cluster from the African, but not enough in that round.
Your horns going in straight. He's dropping his horns.
Unbeaten since he turned
professional.
professional, April 2003.
Tries to bring some punches. Nice, steady.
Good come forward work from Anderson. Right hand to the body. I'd like to see him use a few more body punches, aiming for the head a little too much.
It's the 19th outing for Kevin Anderson from the former mining town of Methil, about 5 miles north of here on the Fife coast. Ali Nuumbembe from Namibia fought for them in the Commonwealth Games and stayed on in Britain. In his 20th outing, lost a couple of times, once back home in Africa, and then the defeat to Alushagan down in Bethnal Green. Do you think that's taken something out of Nuumbembe?
I'm sure it has taken a little bit out. Certainly in confidence. It was a difficult fight, rather a silly fight to take on short notice. Alusigan very, very good. And might have just hurt him a bit. But he's still a quality fighter. He's looking here, using his head, trying to get that right hook around the outside between the glove and the shoulder.
He was never in the fight against Alusigan. But he's trying to make things difficult for Anderson. Work around him. Use the long range. Bring the punches in from the angles. The big question may be, Glenn, can he hurt Anderson?
Well, his record doesn't suggest he can.
Come on, Ali.
Certainly Anderson got over, was knocked down well, but Anderson can be hurt, we've seen that.
Blood from the nose of Nuumbembe. One or two of these shots are getting through. Back he comes. Brave enough, and he believes that he can turn the tables and inflict the first defeat on Anderson's record.
Yes, Nuumbembe spit out a little bit defiance there, didn't he? Come back with a nice combination.
Anderson gloves high, looking for the powerful punches to stop Nuumbembe in his tracks. That nose is bleeding quite profusely now of Nuumbembe. That might have an effect on his breathing later on. Keep your eye on it.
Great shots, Ali.
That's better from Nuumbembe with the long right hand. But back comes Anderson. More hurtful punches, maybe.
New York, the venue for next week's Friday Fight Night. Action at light welterweight, Pauline Malignaggi against Edna Cherry. Next Friday, 10 o'clock, Sky Sports 1.
And for you here, another good matchup. We've seen Barry Morrison and Lenny Dawes. Good fight in January last week. Carl Johansson and Ricky Burns. Another Scotsman here for you, Kevin Anderson, the British and Commonwealth champion at 10 stone 7. With an important defence, the second one of his Commonwealth crown against Ali Nuumbembe. Talented operator.
Decent body shot there from Anderson. It's a nice steady pressure.
Go on, Ali. And again, lad.
He's had his moments already, Nuumbembe,
And go on, Ali.
with his fast array and volley of punches. But the strength and the come-forward style of Kevin Anderson is not making it easy for the Namibian.
He might just have done enough to win the last one, Nuumbembe. Got a bit of confidence and could get more dangerous as this fight goes on.
Yeah, rattles a quick-fire combination in there, Nuumbembe. These rounds already tough to score. 3 judges at ringside. It might be a case of what you like as well, Glenn, style-wise.
That's right. The quick punching from Nuumbembe, or the solid aggression, walk forward, more positive from Anderson. But Anderson certainly hasn't got to just sit back a little bit and let Nuumbembe outwork him.
Some blood on the top of Nuumbembe's head, as well as the nosebleed that he suffered in the previous round. Gritty and determined. Trying to rattle Anderson. Only 6 stoppages so far for Nuumbembe in his career. but he's quick.
And he's working quite hard in there, Nuumbembe.
Come on, darling. That's it.
Joshua O'Kine, the Commonwealth champion, who Anderson took the title from, with a very close one back in September 2005. He gave Anderson problems with the speed.
Yes, well, Nuumbembe is doing that here, in and out of range, just trying to be a little bit quicker than Anderson. And he's just getting off with a few more punches.
Yeah, did well there, Nuumbembe. Bob Shannon, who's been with Ali Nuumbembe since the start of his pro career.
Change tactics now. Get the shoulder. Look at him. Let him come at you. Bum, bum, step back. Uppercut if he comes in.
Just going forward, throwing to the body, and there's a decent counter from Anderson. And Nuumbembe had a good round, I thought, trying to put the pressure on, trying just to outwork Anderson.
Yeah, first third gone. Intriguing fight here in Fife, as we hoped it would be. Kevin Anderson in the white and green with Sonny on the front. That's his little boy. And Ali Nuumbembe, red and black boots and trunks.
Come on, Alan. Get your hands out. Not on the back of the head. Work your way out. Uppercut, Sally.
Two good shots from Anderson, the uppercut and then the right hand.
Yeah, he's bludgeoning them through. Trying to overpower Nuumbembe, who's keeping the work rate up. Looking for the clever punches as Anderson goes downstairs.
Good work from Anderson, the three-punch combination after the left hook to the body.
Pressing forward with pressure. Nuumbembe gliding around the ring, using movement, gets a body shot of his own in. It is a lovely blend, isn't it?
Yep, good fight, good blend of styles. The mover, the walk forward, aggressive fighter. This is a good one, very close. Showing a bit of variety there himself. Nuumbembe, the uppercut, the hook.
And Anderson just falls back there on the ropes. Nuumbembe looking confident, but here comes Anderson again, driving forward. Good fifth round.
That's the sort of fire he needs, Anderson. Can't let Nuumbembe get in this fight, get a foothold.
Nip and tuck. Neither man really initiating the advantage. Maybe Nuumbembe's done more so far. Maybe the judges prefer Anderson's aggression.
Well, this has been a better round for Anderson, getting through with cleaner punches. Got a little bit of a swagger in his step, starting to warm to the task.
They kept Nuumbembe very warm in the changing rooms here. It's freezing because of the ice rink, home of the Fife Flyers. And Nuumbembe's got that sort of style that he had to be warm beforehand, and he's made a good start.
Two good punches from Anderson, and that was a good round from him.
Bell's gone. Phil Edwards, I don't think he heard it amongst the commotion here, but the round's over.
You're doing fine, cutting his corners a wee bit, that's all one. Cut his corner a wee bit. You see your single job, Dave, your single job. You're cutting some blow with it, son. Don't forget about fight. You're going, why keep punching for fighting, then you've got a blow job for punching the heat off him straight. Just come in with it, do the same with your single right horn.
Used to have Bernie Hammersley, now Rab Crockett. What about that advice, Glenn?
Well, he's saying an awful lot in there for him to understand, isn't he? I'm not sure I caught it all. but I think he wants him to use the jab more. But he was starting to get it right in that round, starting to look in control, throwing more punches. Combinations were looking better.
Might have just swung the fight back, tilting in his favor. Could be that sort of seesaw battle. They touched gloves at the start of the 6th. There is respect. There was beforehand, and there will be more now. Well matched, these two. Credit to Kevin Anderson. He knew this would be hard, and he wanted it.
Well, if you're going to be the best, if you're going to fight for major titles, you haven't got to be scared of anybody. You've got to take on the best fighters. That's where you're going to learn. That's where you're going to better yourself.
And they want Eamon McGee in the ring next in a defense of his British title. That's 2 mandatories in a row, but he's got to get past Nuumbembe first, who is putting up an argument here. Look at this, as they open up, and Nuumbembe really digging in. He's showing at least a way to give Anderson problems.
Yes, a little bit of speed, plenty punches. But Anderson still looks strong.
He's a hard man, Kevin Anderson. He's got a great deal of amateur experience behind him as well.
Good right hand, and another one from Anderson, then the left hook. Better short shots inside.
Yeah, the left hook was sweet, and the crowd rally to their hero, but back comes Nuumbembe.
Nuumbembe's shots were blocked, just hit the gloves, and then Anderson caught him with a good left hook.
Come on, Ale, don't get lazy.
It's another enticing one on Friday fight night here in Fife. Both men want this so very, very much. Phil Edwards has now called the end of the round. Did the bell go there? I don't think there was a bell that rang 40 seconds early, and Phil Edwards has called time at the end of the 6th round.
Well, there was certainly no bell. I've never heard a bell.
You did everything right.
2 minutes 20 seconds, we think, that round. Well, well, well. Everyone's surprised. What a shame the action was stopped short, but we've got another 6th, thankfully.
Fighters will not argue with being a little bit shorter.
Family, just keep them hands up and work off the jab, and that right hand through the middle is all yours, Ali. It's all yours, Ali. You've got to concentrate on this one.
Confident look in the red corner, not quite so much for Kevin Anderson, who keeps the steely face on. Second half of this Commonwealth welterweight title fight. Good mix. The fast punches of Nuumbembe. Well, maybe the judges like it, but you at the moment like the strength of Anderson.
Yeah, he's always, for me, just getting through with those extra couple of shots that mean the difference. He's trying to keep with it, Nuumbembe, trying to keep with the pace, but Anderson looks the stronger of the two, starting to get the momentum.
Come on, Ali, Anakin.
This was the round that he stopped Craig Dixon in March last year in front of these supporters. He's had a good last couple of years, Kevin Anderson. Nuumbembe, not quite so. Quiet away, he's come through. But if he wins this, he will be the first Commonwealth champion from Namibia. He had a world champion in Harry Simon He was pretty good.
Yeah, he was very good. I'm sure he'll be a hero if he wins this, but he's got a lot to do. Anderson, the defense is good, getting the hands up, blocking the punches.
Still throwing lots of arm punches, Nuumbembe. Anderson falling in. I guess it could get grueling though for Nuumbembe, especially if Anderson can land more of those body shots.
Well, I'm sure Nuumbembe has worked very hard for this fight. He wants it badly, but that's the way Anderson fights. He tries to wear his opponent down with that physical strength.
Yeah, David Barnes, who's ringside tonight, former opponent of Ali Nuumbembe. They drew. He's part of the team now, David Barnes, and he says the sparring's gone well. Nuumbembe's in the shape of his life. Had to shake off a punch there, though, from Anderson.
Yep, that was a good left hook. Anderson keeps doing that. Just keeps stopping Nuumbembe in his tracks.
Will it start to take its toll? This come forward powerhouse from Methil. So very strong, Anderson, and starting to chip away and break the defences down of Nuumbembe. Good round for Anderson.
Keep your jaw working fine, son. Keep your jaw working fine. Don't shoot, bro.
Ted Kid Lewis, one of the greatest British fighters of all time, held this title. Eddie Thomas, Welshman, 49 to 51. So
keep your job working.
Other good names as well that have held it. John H. Tracy, Lloyd Hannigan, of course, went on to become world champions. Gary Jacobs from Scotland, the past British welterweight champion too.
You've got to get the hands up and be first with the jab back and breathe as you're going out. Learn to breathe, Ali. Let's go.
104th round of Kevin Anderson's career. The 107th for Ali Nuumbembe. Same sort of experience, and Glenn so well matched.
Yes, this is a good competitive bout. Anderson just starting to pull ahead on my card. He's getting the momentum. Just seems to have fathomed Nuumbembe, but he needs to keep this up.
Sorry to interrupt you, there is a cut to the left eye of Kevin Anderson that happened in there. Maybe the heads coming close together. That is going to spur both men on.
Certainly fired Anderson up a little bit, clash of heads, it looked.
Nuumbembe dabs his own eye. I think his left eye might be cut as well. He's blinking. Head clash caused the damage. Blood to the nose too of Nuumbembe. And this adds another little twist to what is a tantalizing affair. Body shot from Nuumbembe. Anderson felt that. Well, that was the first time that Kevin Anderson seemed in trouble in this fight. And Nuumbembe is now on the front foot. The eye's troubling Anderson. He's going for a bad patch.
Just took something out of him, didn't it, that shot? Anderson, he was coming back after the eye injury, but then the body shot went in, and that just weakened him.
And again, another one. And suddenly Nuumbembe looks the boss.
Maybe just a breakthrough for Nuumbembe.
Looks a bad cut, that. Benny King looks on. pretty worried in the blue corner.
3 right hands in succession from Nuumbembe. Anderson takes a gulp of breath.
All of a sudden, it's become a bloody battle, and Nuumbembe is really going for it. Anderson needs all that strength and grit that got him through the young Muttley fight. May have to go to the well again. 20 seconds left in a thrilling 8th.
Showing character, Anderson fighting back, but he looks as if he's been in a daze. Nuumbembe looking strong, pushing forward, solid punches.
Needs his resilience, needs these fans, needs a minute's break, Anderson. That's a bad slash, Glenn.
There, the heads just bang together. Straight away he feels it. He looks at the glove, sees the blood. But this is where it all, that shot there, he was hurt by that. You see written across his eyes the pain. Beautifully placed shot from Ali Nuumbembe. Pushes forward, and then right hands start landing against that damaged eye.
Bad cut. Benny King had a minute to work on it. Remember, the Commonwealth title in Britain, the rules are, it was a head clash, if it was a punch, it doesn't matter. If the fight is stopped because of the cut, Kevin Anderson will lose his title. But have a look at this. A ding-dong affair in the first 20 seconds of the night.
Well, we've seen what he's capable of, Anderson. He might need that sort of spirit. Nuumbembe now has confidence, now knows he can hurt Anderson.
He's had a bit of everything so far. Anderson aggression, Nuumbembe fast, sharp punches. The big cut to Anderson. The blood from the nose of Nuumbembe. A great deal going on. And Glenn, it must be very close.
Yes, it's got to be. Nuumbembe just starting to pull back with that good last round and landing a big right hand. Certainly the crowd enthralled by this.
Yeah, excellent action. Kevin Anderson showing the powers of recuperation. Can he dig as deep again? Looking for the body attacks. Nuumbembe covering up well, but that right hand was straight through and on target.
Good shots back from Anderson. Starting to regain control in there.
So much pride in front of his followers. Kevin Anderson, his friend Barry Morrison went down and won the British light welterweight title in London, overcoming Lenny Dawes. It was a monumental effort. Anderson holds on here. He's tired. And Nuumbembe bouncing on his feet, Glenn.
Well, he's put a lot of effort into this round. Anderson got himself back in there, back in control, but Nuumbembe won't be put off, will he?
Huge ambition and a clever game plan from Ali Nuumbembe. That's his round, or is it?
working on that eye. But very good man to look after that, so he needn't worry.
You gave that to Anderson. Didn't Nuumbembe do enough?
No, none of my card. I thought that Anderson fought back well, covered up, did that little bit more. A couple of good shots going through from Nuumbembe there, but then Anderson come back. He did that time and time again for me. Beautiful right hand there.
Have a look at this. Nuumbembe has thrown so many, not quite landed as much. 5 the difference. Very, very tight. 3 judges at ringside. Howard Foster, Terry O'Connor, both from England, and Victor Loughlin from Paisley. 9 minutes to go. What happens next in this Commonwealth welterweight title, which Maitland have been better than we expected tonight?
Well, I think it was always looking to be a pretty good blend of styles, and Nuumbembe, being the character he is, wants this very much indeed. Anderson with a point to prove and bang it home.
Some critics were writing off Nuumbembe because of the knockout defeat to Alushagan, but Bob Shannon says that wasn't his man in there that night, and it's proven he's a better fighter than that result, and he's showing it here when it really matters. He's just chipped away, Glenn, Nuumbembe.
Well, Nuumbembe is trying to chip away, but pretty solid resistance from Anderson. I think I'm seeing Anderson block a lot of these punches. He's thrown them, Nuumbembe, but they've got to land to score points.
Yeah, good defense tonight at times from Kevin Anderson. It's all about what the judges think and what they see and what they prefer, because you can make a case, an argument for both men at this stage.
Yes, there's a good body shot from Anderson there, then a right hand and left inside. Now the cleaner, more accurate punches are coming from him.
A good right hand. Certainly the heavier shots, but Nuumbembe forces his way back. Terrific will from the Namibian, based in Glossop. And now he's got the centre of the ring, Glenn.
Yes, he's starting to come forward. He's trying to get the momentum, take that away from Anderson. He's a good left hook, but then Anderson comes back.
Work rate from Nuumbembe, heavier single shots from Anderson. And listen to this crowd. They are loving it. Blood from the cut eye. Good shots from Nuumbembe. End of the 10th round. This is so close.
Good work at the end from Nuumbembe.
Ali, listen.
Take over now.
Take over now, Ali. Ali, 2 rounds.
Bully him, Ali.
Listen, Ali. 2 rounds. That's all we've got now. Come on, let me see your eyes.
2 rounds. Come on, Ali.
How much do you want this fight?
Go on, fucking take it, then. Come on.
You want it more than him, don't you? You want it more than him. So you've got to fight for this 2 rounds.
He does want it. He's lived in a caravan for 4.5 years on his own. Very dedicated man, Nuumbembe.
Well, that's what it's all about in a fight like that, like this. Who wants it more? And I'm sure Anderson wants it an awful lot. He's got the crowd behind him to help him. Pretty lonely in there for Nuumbembe. But it is very close indeed.
Look at that. So tight on the computer, and again they touch gloves. Round 11. of this Commonwealth welterweight title. Property at the moment of Kevin Anderson. Will it change hands tonight? Could come down to these last 6 minutes. The hunger, the desire, that's what it's all about now. Frustrated look there from Anderson.
Anderson can't afford to just take a step back and look at Nuumbembe. Got to keep punching.
Good uppercut from Nuumbembe. Got out of the ropes well there. Turned his man. Blood continues to flow from the left eye of Kevin Anderson. It's hampered him in the last few sessions. And you sense in there the confidence of Nuumbembe.
Looks tired, Anderson. He's looking to hold. Needs a bit more than this.
Tommy Gilmore, Anderson's promoter, was just out of his seat there. Worried, maybe. Body shots from Nuumbembe. Right to the head too. The African comes on strong in the 11th.
The body shots are a key for Nuumbembe, especially at this stage in the fight when Anderson's tired.
Frank Maloney, Ali Nuumbembe's promoter, is urging his man in. He was saying to us, it will be such a hard ask for Nuumbembe to pull this off. But how well has he fought tonight?
Well, he showed great spirit, great pride, great desire. He wants this.
Anderson tired, more static. It's all slowed down for the Scotsman.
Well, this is definitely Nuumbembe's round. He's heard Anderson to the body, chopping right hand. Another right hand.
Good session for Ali Nuumbembe, and as it happened at exactly the right time. Tommy Gilmore shouting instructions, Rab Crockett too. They are very concerned that Anderson's title may be slipping away. Nuumbembe big in the 11th.
You've got to go and get this. Come on, you. I want this fucking round back. You've got to go take this round back. Come on, you've got to take this round back.
Emotions running high in the corner, to be expected. Benny King continues to work on the eye. This does mean so much to both camps and both fighters. But is it Nuumbembe that's just coming on strong when it matters?
Oh, he's definitely coming on the stronger at the end. The body shots that took a lot out of Anderson. You know, you can tell he's struggling in there. It's only his grit and determination that keep him firing back. He knows this is very, very close.
1 round, 1 point on your card. I'm looking around at ringside. Some people have got it level, some to Nuumbembe. You've got it to Anderson at the moment. Could come down to this final session. Crowd on their feet. Terrific effort and night's work from both fighters. Last 3 minutes, and could it be crucial?
Showing great respect, both fighters all the way through, touching gloves. Good to see.
Kevin Anderson's fight with young Muttley was voted by the British board the contest domestically last year, and already in his first of 2007 he's dished up another contender. Great to watch him.
Well, I think he'll always be in a good fight, Kevin Anderson. It's his style, it's his mentality.
His face masked with the blood from that cut. Still, Nuumbembe will not be denied. It's been the fight of his life, Ali Nuumbembe. He's not had it easy. He's been avoided largely. And it's all come together for him. But will he win the title?
Still, he's pushing forward, isn't he? Nuumbembe, heads banged together, a little bit messy in the last round. They're both very, very tired.
And didn't we think this would be Anderson territory, not Nuumbembe, who's finishing the fresher, quicker, and seemingly stronger?
Well, we knew Nuumbembe wanted this chance. It's a great opportunity for him. And he's come here to take the chance. A long way from home.
Yeah, all the advantages seem to be with Anderson. Unbeaten, remember, in 18. Will he be defeated for the first time? Under a minute to go. Or will the judges like what he did earlier? Is a draw a possibility? 20 to 1 you could get on the draw.
Crowd on their feet. Both very tired.
Yeah, raucous noise here. It's lived up to every expectation. A torrid battle for the Commonwealth welterweight title. Does Ali Nuumbembe deserve it? The challenger. What do you think?
I think Anderson has just hung on to this.
Nuumbembe raises his fist. They believe they've done enough. And Kevin Anderson looks more despondent. Frank Maloney and Ali Nuumbembe are already celebrating. But we have 3 judges at ringside whose decision counts. David Barnes looks delighted in Nuumbembe's corner. Howard Foster, Victor Loughlin, Terry O'Connor. It will be fascinating to see how they've got it.
Touch gloves.
Well, it started with Anderson's nice clean punches. He looked as if he was gonna just move away, but Nuumbembe came back so well and really forced the fight. Been close all the way through.
I mean, some of it's what you preferred as well, style-wise.
Yes, I think it's really what you're looking for. A lot of punches. There's the turning point. He got hurt with that body shot, but he showed a lot of strength and a lot of character, as we know he's got. And then really just hanging on in the end. 11th was not particularly a good round for Anderson, but for me, he probably just did a little bit more. Neither one did a lot. They were both very tired, and I just give him it by a couple of points.
I thought Nuumbembe finished better down the stretch. Who is going to get this? Nuumbembe threw over 600 and landed only 4 more. The success on the computer to Anderson, it really is about what you liked. And the judges could be split. This is how you had it. 115 to 113 in favor of Anderson. But look at Anderson's face there, and Tommy Gilmore and Benny King. They are not happy. Has the title moved to this man? Ali Nuumbembe, whatever happens, put up the best fight I think we've seen from him. Rematch would be good, wouldn't it? But who's won the first one? I think we're about to find out. Let's join John McDonald.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 fantastic rounds of championship boxing, referee Phil Edwards would like you to congratulate both boxers on a very hard-fought championship bout indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a split decision. Referee Victor Lachlan has scored the contest 115-116 in favour of Nuumbembe. Judge Terry O'Connor has scored the contest 114-115 in favour of Anderson. And finally, Judge Howard Foster has scored the contest 112-116 in favour of the winner and the new Commonwealth welterweight champion from Namibia. It's Ali Nuumbembe.
The smile tells the story. Ali Nuumbembe has his crowning night and becomes the first Namibian to win a Commonwealth crown.